way of Cleveland, Ohio, she is the final girl on the production, Pro Wrestling Pussy Riot, Ziggy Haim!
And Ziggy Haim, Joseline looked to get a jump on her, but Ziggy didn't miss a second of it. She saw it coming. She got that bat with bottle caps on it.
Oh my, Wadsworth, that's exactly what it is. A mini bat with duct tape and bottle caps inside out on it, because this feud has gotten personal. Joseline Navarro attacking Ziggy Haim in her domicile. This is intense. Ziggy Haim, though, taking it to Joseline. I'd love to see it.
European uppercut against the ropes, coming out swinging, neck breaker. He said, you brought it up, 3-0 all time here in AIW. These two met back in 2017 for the first time.
Yeah.
It was the 8th match of Ziggy's career and only the 25th of Joseline's. And now Ziggy taking a page out of Joseline's book with that drop kick off the ring apron.
What a fact, by the way. That's why you're the best. The encyclopedia of AIW, Wadsworth. But this is one on paper, right? You're saying Ziggy Haim doesn't have a chance. Joseline Navarro has been just enraged since Ziggy Haim stole the pin in that four-way. And as I said, she has not been defeated. She's won 8 straight singles matches. She has beaten Ziggy Haim twice in that stretch. And so she's a heavy underdog. But don't tell Ziggy Haim that the way she's coming out here swinging tonight. But right now, Joseline Navarro, the power, just taking it to her with that vicious chop.
I don't think we've ever seen Ziggy with the confidence that she has had as a competitor in recent times or at any point here in AIW. And Joseline coming in with a kick, but her knee is lodged in that ringside barrier when Ziggy gets out of the way.
If she doesn't have that leg, she can't use all of the powerful moves that she likes, the way that she glides across the ring and uses her body as a weapon. And you're right, Ziggy Haim, the confidence she got from that huge win at Bow Down is clearly on display, because you would think she'd come into this one saying, I got to get out of here. But she's trying to take it to Joseline, taking the punishment.
Oh, forearm, and that is the thing that we have seen out of Joseline for the past year. We said it. That feud with Katie Arquette brought it out. We saw it a little bit in her loss that year at Gangsta Rap Made Me Do It, but even more so in that 2 out of 3 falls match right here in this building at Absolution 15. There was a new side, and we thought it was just a little more viciousness out of Joseline Navarro, but it was almost a preview of the Joseline Navarro that we're seeing today.
Yeah, and we're seeing somebody who I think has snapped a little bit in the sense that she was so not used to losing, so used to winning, that something switched in her. And we've seen that, as you've mentioned, with a chair thrown to the head, that violent side come out. And now I think it's unleashed. I don't think there's anything holding her back. And Ziggy Haim right now is paying the price.
Indeed, Joseline Navarro, a lifetime competitor. She was a track and field athlete for years before getting into professional wrestling. And I think you nailed it right there on the head, Nathan. She does not take losing well.
No, I love that about her, to be honest.
She cannot stand, as a lifetime competitor, she cannot stand to lose. And now it looks like she's dumping Tacks out on that chair.
This is what we're talking about, that violence, and we saw it. Gangsta Rap Made Me Do It, the hardcore match with Katie Arquette. She's just learning and more comfortable. She wants to inflict punishment.
Ziggy, though, trying to take advantage of those tacks, looking for a vertical suplex. Joseline, though, uses that base to fight it off before throwing Ziggy face first out into the tacks.
The good news for Ziggy Haim is I think she got her hands up. The bad news for Ziggy Haim is her hands are now covered with tacks. And if you can't use your hands as a professional wrestler, you can't execute the holds you need. That looked absolutely vicious, and her face got some of it too. She's come up bleeding.
Here's the unspoken aspect of this matchup that I'm interested to keep an eye on, Nathan, is in terms of once this match became a street fight, once it became no rules after it got so personal, we've seen Joseline thrive in that atmosphere. But Ziggy perhaps has more experience. That's the one area that she has more experience. She last year at Wrestle Rager, she had an absolute bloodbath match with Mikey Montgomery. Hell, she's a competitor in the Bill Alfonso Hardcore Tournament next month.
And she had a bloodbath with Bill Alfonso as well, where she came out on top. Not to mention, let's forget, we always talk about Ziggy Haim as being the right hand to Derek Dillinger, the intense champion who we'll see later tonight. but she's seen what these intense style matches can do as she's just getting whipped right now by Joseline Navarro, and she's wearing the proverbial crimson mask. My goodness, Wadsworth.
Joseline now using that belt that she carried out here to choke Ziggy Haim, just dragging her down to the mat.
And I've noticed Joseline hasn't even really tried to go for a pin. She's not interested, perhaps, in pinning Ziggy Haim. She wants to punish Ziggy Haim, and this crowd is rallying behind the bloody Ziggy Haim.
There you go now. Joseline finally stacks it up on a 1 count only.
How about that? What the resilience.
A second cover. That time she gets 2.
Joseline Navarro making her expend energy, though, just to get out of those pinning predicaments, Wadsworth. And when you're losing blood like that, how much energy do you have? That's going to drain you as well.
Joseline's caught her now. Has her up. But Ziggy out the back door. Ziggy backslide. Joseline rolls through as quick as she can, but up to her knees. She eats a knee from Ziggy.
And those tacks still all over the ring, so every move involves some kind of tack.
And she just pulled some out of her face, I think.
Goodness gracious. Ziggy Haim has come unhinged, and I think that's what she's going to need to be if she wants to beat Joseline Navarro.
And she's looking to use now springboard bulldog down into that chair. That in and of itself is enough punishment, but into those tacks as well.
Wadsworth, did you see Joseline Navarro's head catch the corner of that chair? This could be what Ziggy Haim needs. Get on her, get a cover in there.
Ziggy to her feet. Tom Dunn checking on her. So you can see she's just using the rope. She's trying to clear that blood out of her eyes.
It's affecting her vision. You're right on the money there.
Ziggy stalking her down now, trying to take advantage.
Ziggy Haim looking for her Absolution moment in her Absolution wrestling debut, and right now she's got the photos. Can she get the win? Headbutts.
Headbutts Joseline.
Ziggy Haim is clearly willing to do whatever it takes. Joseline is angry.
Joseline, but flipping her off. The chair thrown right into the face of Joseline Navarro, but you said it with the blood loss. Ziggy just dropping after she threw it. It was everything she had in her to throw that chair with that much velocity.
You're right, and she's already giving up size to Joseline Navarro, but what she has right now is this crowd behind her, urging her on, willing her, and she's waiting for Joseline Navarro to get up. If I'm Ziggy, I'm trying to think, all right, what is one move? She's wounded right now. What can I pull off? I'd stay on top of her, to be honest with you, and Ziggy, I'm doing that now.
Ziggy now pulling Joseline back to her feet. Jawbreaker out of Joseline, and a lariat.
Right into those tacks again that are littered in the middle of this ring. You can see they're being so careful with where they even place their hands moving around. Joseline Navarro back with the advantage now over the bloody Ziggy Haim.
Well, and that's the thing, Nathan, haven't been in a situation like this, having seen Tacks up close and personal. What people don't realize is, yes, it hurts to get them in your back, your legs, your head. When you plant your hand on a tack like that, that is one of the most painful things you can have.
Just as painful as that kick that absolutely connected flush with the side of Ziggy Haim's bloody head, and she could be completely out at this point. Joseline Navarro, you want to stay undefeated in one-on-one matches, go ahead and just pull her to the middle of the ring and make a cover. But like I said, she's focused on punishment. She's focused on making Ziggy Haim pay. Missed opportunity, my opinion here, Wadsworth, taking this time when she's got Haim down.
But she just pulled a heavy chain out from under that ring.
Oh, God.
Nathan, you are absolutely right. It is as much about punishment at this point. She did the damage at Bow Down. She had the win lined up before Ziggy ran in and stole it in her eyes.
She just bounced like a basketball off the canvas, and Joseline Navarro, instead, not going for a pin as she absolutely could. She's going for pain. Will that be her downfall? She could have this match won right now, in my opinion, Wadsworth.
Joseline's got that chain wrapped around her fist, though. Loading up that right hand, but there's Ziggy's shot to the midsection. Ziggy coming in. And Joseline just in turn wraps it around the throat just hanging Ziggy, pulling back, forcing Ziggy off of her feet.
She is choking her out. Look at the blood spurting from her forehead now. And Ziggy Haim's done. Joseline Navarro end this match. Maybe Ziggy Haim's
Oh,
not done.
Ziggy up though. Ziggy throwing chops at Joseline. She's got Joseline up on her shoulders, walking her out before just throwing her down into those tacks into the center of the ring. But again, that blood loss, the exhaustion of Ziggy Haim, she is unable to follow up.
Yeah, I don't think she was able to get all of that move either, to be able to throw Joseline Navarro off of her shoulders with that blood loss. And she's trying to get back to her feet. She had a chance to get the advantage after being choked out. She got kind of a second wind. What can she do now, Wadsworth, to capitalize? This crowd urging her on.
Back to their knees now, just right hands being exchanged. Forearm shot. Now coming right back, they managed to work their way to their feet. Forearm shot by Ziggy. Joseline right back with one of her own. And now it's Ziggy getting an advantage, but Joseline ducks the wild swing.
A twisting German suplex, and now Ziggy Haim is in a bad spot. Let's see if that leg earlier plays any role, but if she goes full speed here and hits her with that derriere, you gotta think it's over, Wadsworth.
I don't know if she's going for that or she's going for that cross body that we've seen her finish so many matches. But it's nothing but bottom turnbuckle. Ziggy out of the way. Ziggy with almost a jawbreaker, it looked like, out of that.
You're right, she was going for the crossbody finisher. I didn't know if she was interested in finishing this match for a while, but she gave Ziggy Haim an opening, and she's going up top, Wadsworth. I feel like this is it. She's got to hit this move.
She's got that chair across the body of Joseline and drops the leg just straight down. There was no jump. There was just a step out, and Ziggy Haim has just defeated Joseline Navarro.
I don't believe
Ziggy Haim!
this is a huge upset. This is a huge win for Ziggy Haim.